40 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists. I'm not even going to start off with talking about Danny Green. He's shooting maybe 30% from 3 for the whole finals. Oh, you know what? Scratch that. For the whole playoffs. So I didn't expect him to make that. LeBron made the right play. Don't know why Danny Green was in the game. But he made the right play. Now, Markieff fucking Morris. Lord, what were you doing? You get the offensive board. Great. You had to have known that there was 16 seconds to start that possession. Unless you're J.R. Smith, which you very well might be. And LeBron drives, gets the ball, drives within 3. That clock's got to be going in your head. 13 seconds driving to the lane. Dishes it out. Say Danny Green shoots the shot at 10. I'm not sure exactly what the numbers were. Just guesstimating here. Misses the shot, let's say at 9. You get the rebound. I'm saying you touch the ball at about 6-7 seconds. And then, I don't know if you thought Kobe's ghost was on the floor or what, but you threw that bitch straight out of bounds. And you had LeBron wide open, ready to hit a game winner, to win his 4th ring, to win the Lakers their 17th championship, and you gagged it. Another all-time performance by LeBron James that just going to go under the rug because of another teammate's poor decision-making. Jimmy Butler, though. Jimmy Butler is balling. That man's turned into something else during these finals. Saw the numbers during the year. I think he was averaging about 19-20. During the playoffs, he was averaging about 23. And now in the finals, he's averaging 27 points. And he went off for a 35-point triple-double, his second triple-double in 5 games. That's very impressive. So shout out to him. Shout out to Duncan Robinson for coming back from a not-so-stellar Game 4 performance. Scored 26 points, I want to say it was. 7 threes. He was shooting a fuckload, but making a lot too. So I just hope the Lakers come back out tomorrow. And they can come back even keel, like LeBron says he is. He's been through this situation many times. This just wasn't one of those games where they had it by 25 points, 20 points with 6 minutes left, and then it just slips away, you know. So I don't think it would be as demoralizing of a defeat for them. So I mean, they just lost a close ball game, but I think they'll come back strong. I hope AD is 100% healthy. I hope LeBron can have another good performance like that. I hope they can contain Jimmy. I don't think Duncan Robinson's going to shoot like he did in Game 5. I hope I'm right. Dragic might be coming back. I feel like if he comes back, I really don't think... I could be wrong. You know, this is just my opinion, but I feel like if he comes back, he's taking shots away from Jimmy. So, but, I mean, shit. Danny Green needs to get off the floor in crucial times. I mean, I understand Rondo is not a very good shooter. I'd rather have him on the floor at that time. I'd honestly rather him take the 3, considering how good he's been at shooting 3s in the playoffs, compared to Danny Green. You know what? We're going to start calling him Daniel. Daniel Green. Markieff Morris, he was hitting his shots all playoff long. He just gagged when it mattered most. I mean, all he had to do was just make a pass, scan the floor. Don't even know why he picked up his dribble. It was just disappointing to watch that final possession. But Game 6 tomorrow, 6:30. Plan to have this episode out by by tonight, Saturday night. Hopefully you guys can watch it before the game on Sunday. If not, it's all good. Hopefully you can watch it after the game on Sunday. But I was hoping I was going to come over here and talk to you about GOAT James getting his 4th ring and how that fares in a GOAT discussion. But I'm just talking to you about the letdown of that final possession. On to the second topic. Boomer Sooner, baby! That's all I gotta say. Wow, what hell of a game that was. Man. Just here at the crib, we're watching the game, actually just finished maybe 20, 25 minutes ago, and my emotions running high. I didn't know whether I should kick off this episode with the NBA Finals, LeBron James, AD, Lakers, Jimmy Butler, the Heat, or if I should kick off this episode with the Oklahoma Sooners, the Red River rivalry, Texas going down. I know if Jordan, Stavs, Omar, and all of their friends, I know that if this comes up on their TL and if they see this, might get a little angry, might call me a bandwagon, Boise State fan. Boise State fan is true. Have been a Boise State fan. But also have been an OU fan since Kyler Murray's first year there. Just like I was a Boise State fan whenever the Fiesta Bowl happened. 2007. Hook and lateral.
Happened to be against OU.
Statue of Liberty actually did happen against OU. Thank you very much, Zach. How ironic that is. So if I can turn into a fan in 07, I can turn into a fan in 2016. 2017, one of those years. Whichever year Kyler Murray came in there first. I like Kyler Murray just like I like LeBron. Liked him since high school. Followed him when he went to A&M. Followed him when he transferred. I'm a fan of Lincoln Riley. Stuck with OU. Fan last year. And if you can say I'm hopping on a bandwagon this year, they're 2-2, folks. They lost to Iowa State. They lost to Kansas State. They are unranked. At least until after this week. But they're not going to make a playoff run. That era is... I wouldn't say that era is over. But definitely not happening this year. Maybe it can happen next year. But God damn, dog it. That Big 12. That Big 12 is not very good. Especially defensive-wise. I'm actually watching a game right now. Defense is actually going pretty well. 7-6 TCU, Kansas State, second quarter. But, yeah, so Spencer Rattler, he's made his fair share of mistakes. Do not get me wrong. Made his fair share of mistakes. And, but he definitely came up big. That man can throw a ball. That man can put it where he wants. That 2-point conversion. Their last 2-point conversion, that was a perfect ball that he threw in only a spot that his receiver can get it. And that was just a great game to watch. Phenomenal game to watch if you like offense. If you're a fan of defense, probably didn't want to watch that game. Except for those turnovers that they did cause. But, man, that game was back and forth and back and forth. And a run by OU and a run by Texas. And, man, that Red River rivalry is something true. But OU won last year. OU won this year. Sam Ehlinger's gone this year. Maybe we'll run into them again in the Big 12 championship game. I don't know. Big 12's not looking like somebody's really running away with it. Got a bunch of one-loss teams, bunch of two-loss teams. Kansas State and TCU both have one loss right now, so somebody's going to get two. Texas has two. OU has two. Iowa State's actually looking very good also. So, I mean, compared to the Big 12, none of them are getting into the playoffs. We all know that. It's going to be Clemson. It's going to be Alabama. It's going to be Ohio State. And it's going to be another SEC team. That's how it's going to roll. I thought it was going to be Florida. Florida dropped to A&M this past weekend. Or actually about an hour ago. So, I mean, wow. Just college football, man. College football is back. But like I said, Clemson, Ohio State, Alabama, and Georgia. Shit, I think Georgia beat Auburn last week, and beat them very soundly too. Florida lost. Georgia might jump into that 4th spot, but I believe Ohio State, if they go undefeated, which I presume they will, I think they will. They'll have that one of the 4 spots, and those will be your 4 teams in the playoffs this year. But man, college football's back. The NFL's back, making some adjustments to the schedule. They knew that it was going to happen like this. It wasn't going to be perfect unless they're the NBA. The finals are going on and have been going on. Baseball, the playoffs are in right now. I don't watch a lot of baseball, but when it's in the playoffs, that's when I'll tune in, and that's when I actually think that it's pretty entertaining to watch. But man, if you're a sports fan, this is one of the best times to be a sports fan. Like I said, you got college football, we got upsets, we got shootout games going on. This weekend was great. We got the NFL. These games have been great. Patrick Mahomes looking great. Russell Wilson, phenomenal. Aaron Rodgers having another great season. You don't really know who's going to win MVP and how that thing's going, but tighten up, 3-0. You already know how we do. Unfortunately, couldn't beat COVID, though. But not saying that. We just caught COVID. So they caught us. But 3-0. Got the Bills this week. That's going to be a tough match. The Bills are the real deal, especially in that AFC East. It's good to see Cam Newton back in action. Unfortunately, he had COVID and couldn't compete against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, who are looking very good as well. But Cam Newton there, glad to see him back. Glad to see him thriving in that AFC with that Patriots uniform on. Josh Allen doing really well. Like I said, just a bunch of good teams right now. Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals started off hot. They've dropped 2 in a row, but this week they got the Jets. So I'm hoping they can turn it around. Hoping they win that game by about 10 to 14 points, and they can. They actually got Dallas, which is another topic that we can get on. But damn, Dallas should be 0-4 now. I'm sure all y'all know that. I mean, if you're gonna give, the Atlanta game saying should have been 0-4 because of that, I guess in Dallas fans' defense, you can say that Jalen Ramsey call week 1 was a bogus call, which I believe it was. Whenever I saw it live, I thought it was. So I mean, I guess you can say, but I mean, it's a make or miss league, you know. And I'm not talking about basketball. I'm talking about football with the referees. Make a call, miss a call right there. They made the call, but it shouldn't have been made. But Dallas, and it's still crazy to me how they can still win that division at 1-3 right now. Somebody's gonna go 8-8, 8-7-1, 7-8-1, or 7-9, and they're gonna host a playoff game, which is unbelievable. That NFC East, worst division in football by far. It might be the worst division in the history of football. Only time will tell with how that division goes, but I think they're definitely entertaining though. Dak Prescott and them boys, entertaining bunch. CD Lamb's there, fan of CD Lamb, who was at OU last year. And but yeah, so they'll play the Cardinals next week. I believe it's on Monday Night Football. That's gonna be something we'll tune into. And yeah, so the NFL. So like I said, we got college football, we got the NFL, you got the finals that I just touched up on. The playoffs in the bubble was phenomenal. I thought that was great. Unfortunately, the Clippers gagged, but I'm not going to touch up too much on that just because that's so far away. I mean, just so far long ago. And then we got the MLB, the playoffs are back. We got a couple superstars, Tatis Jr., Cody Bellinger still in there, Mookie Betts. The Padres actually lost to the Dodgers. I don't know how many of y'all actually watch baseball, but it's playoffs. Unfortunately, the Astros are still in there. The cheaters. I mean, let's just put it straight. And Correa said something like, I think after they beat the A's in the first round, they said, "What are the haters or what do they got to say now? Like, you still cheated. That doesn't. We're not taking away from this performance, but in 2018 or whatever year it was that they caught y'all, you cheated." Sorry for that difficulty. I had somebody. I actually use my phone to record these podcasts and these episodes. And somebody called me. I didn't have my phone on airplane mode. But I hope that I'm sure I'll be able to get this together, sync them together, back together. But yeah. So Correa said something. Not too sure exactly where it left off, but Correa said something. What are the haters got to say now? And I mean, you cheated in 2018. You cheated. It was obvious. They caught y'all. Even if say everybody in the league's cheating, let's just say, they didn't catch them. So I mean, they cheated. So I mean, I'm not a fan of them. If they win it all this year, props to them this year. Yes, y'all won without cheating this year. When in 2018, you guys cheated, and that helped y'all win the championship. Nothing, I mean, to Astro fans, to Astro players, that's just my take on it. And then, so we have the MLB, the NBA, college football, NFL. UFC has been putting on some tremendous fucking cards, man. From top to bottom, some good-ass cards. We had Covington Woodley. We had Stylebender Costa. This week we have a badass bantamweight scrap between Marlon Moraes and Corey Sandhagen, I'm sorry. But that's going to be a good fight. So I'm looking forward to watching that tonight, actually. I'll put this out. Y'all, hopefully y'all can watch that if y'all are a fan of UFC. Big fan of UFC. But yeah, so just great time to be a sports fan right now. Probably one of the best times, if not the best time ever. Unfortunately, we cannot go to these NBA games live. Only a select few people can go to the NFL games live. In the NLCS and ALCS, those are, I think, 11,500 people can go to both of those. UFC, obviously, you can be there. Dana White is a legend for having Fight Island. I think I've touched up on that in previous episodes. But in college football, there has been a lot of fans. Like at that OU Texas game, I don't know exactly how many. It looked like maybe 40 to 50% capacity, but I mean, it looked like that place was rocking, And I can just imagine what the atmosphere would have been like for the players, for the coaches, if that thing was filled up in a game like that. Longest game in Red River rivalry history. So, I mean, it's just phenomenal. But if you're just watching at home, God, this is a great time to be a sports fan, man. Amazing time to be a sports fan. But yeah, so last time I released an episode of this was middle of August, and Zach and I moved back over here to Prairie View. Got in a 2-bedroom apartment, actually shooting in here right now. This is where we're shooting it at, in the living room. Nothing fancy, just something we can live in. I enjoy it. I like it. But yeah, so I was thinking, I didn't know when exactly I was going to shoot another episode of this, what was going to be talked about. And so as time went by, I thought, dang, I need to get this thing going again, Even though how many viewers I get, I mean, I hope I get a lot. I hope I can grow this thing, but I just enjoy doing it. I enjoy putting out some content for you guys. So we started doing this, and I decided I was going to shoot last week, but we had some things to do. This week came by, and I said Saturday's going to be the perfect day. So the plan is now for Straight Up and Uncut. I usually have my co-host with me, Jay Rant. He's in Kingsville. He's going to school in Kingsville. If we can hop on Zoom calls together and shoot podcasts like that, we might do that. If not, whenever he comes up or whenever I go down, we'll make sure we shoot an episode together just to talk about different things. But so the future of Straight Up and Uncut, I just plan to shoot. I like to shoot once a week, maybe twice a week, depending on what the schedule's looking like, but for sure once. We'll go, I'll shoot Saturday, and I'll release either Saturday or Sunday. Today, I'm releasing it today just because I'm talking about the finals, and the Game 6 is tomorrow. I want to get it out there before. I'm talking about OU Texas. That game just happened, so hopefully it's still very fresh in your mind whenever you see this. And just talking about a lot of different things, man. So yeah, I'm trying to get Straight Up and Uncut. I'm working on it, not only for it to become a podcast, but hopefully I can, I'm working in the process of it, trying to get it to become a brand, Straight Up and Uncut, a brand. And I'm working on a logo right now. I actually have some people that I've contacted trying to work on a logo for you guys and for myself that we can put together. And then once we get that logo, if we can get this thing rolling again, that podcast, the brand, what exactly it means. Then we'll get a clothing line together, and this is just down the road. I'm just thinking about some things. A clothing line together. I'd like to make some hoodies, some shirts, maybe some beanies, but like I said, that's down the line. I got to get this thing rolling again. I got to stay consistent with it again. And so that's just the future of Straight Up and Uncut. But like I said, I don't want it to just be the name of a podcast. I'd like for it to be a brand, Straight Up and Uncut. And later on, once we can establish it as a brand, I will say exactly what it means and what Straight Up, like kind of the meaning behind Straight Up and Uncut. Just kind of like how Impulsive has their thing, and Logan Paul has his brand Maverick. Sugar Sean has his brand The Sugar Show, and they have the Timbo Sugar Show, the podcast. So I mean, it's cool. I mean, I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm hoping this can grow, and I know it's going to be a steady grow. Probably going to fluctuate up and down, but I'm really looking forward to getting that started and then restarting this thing. Still Straight Up and Uncut. I believe we're on episode 9. I probably should have checked that before, but episode 9, I would say. And so that's kind of the future of all this. And yeah, so with that being said, what else? So I mean, just kind of an update on how we've been doing here. Zach's still playing baseball, so I believe they started practice a couple weeks ago. They started practice, just not about 8-hour weeks. I mean, that's kind of how the college baseball season works in the fall. And then we got classes. Classes have been online. That hasn't been too difficult. Wake up, get into class, stuff like that. If it's synchronous, if it's asynchronous, you're just on your own. They'll put the content out there. You got to make sure you get out there, get assignments done. But so yeah, that's how that's been for classes. I've actually started training MMA. So I've talked about it in previous episodes that I wanted to start training MMA, and so whenever I got up here, that's exactly what I started doing. Started training MMA. I train at this gym called Streamline Fitness, and we just started. I want to say I started about 2 months ago. Once we moved up here, I might have spent a week here, and then we started training. I went to go. I have a head coach, call him Rambo. If I can even get him on here, that would be nice. So that would be something cool. But so we just been starting. We've been hitting pads, hitting mitts. We hit mitts a lot in the beginning. I go Monday 5:30 a.m., Wednesday 5:30 a.m., Friday 5:30 a.m. Saturdays we go at 8 o'clock. So today I actually went this morning to go train, and we just hit mitts. Tuesdays I don't go. Thursdays we go 6 p.m. So I mean, I'm up early. For a brunt of the week, actually, I've been working in the morning. I work at a 9-round kickboxing. That's more of a fitness exercise gym. Streamline is too, but they've also had fighters come out of there. So that's where I found that gym. I like it. I'm really enjoying what we're doing over there. So if I'm not getting up super early in the morning to train, I'm getting up super early in the morning to go to work. So, I mean, I enjoy it. I don't mind getting up too early. It's actually very early that I get up because I'm about 25 minutes away from Cypress, from where I work and where I train. And lost my train of thought right there. Sorry about that. But yeah, so I get up at about 4:40, and then I'm usually out the house. Try to get out the house by about 5 o'clock. But yeah, so I'm enjoying that. Like I said, we've been hitting mitts a lot. We started sparring, shin pads and all. How long ago was that? Maybe 2 weeks ago. Started first sparring, and I'm really enjoying that. Learning a lot of different things. Sparring, getting hit in the face. Haven't done that other than whenever just been boxing a little bit with my brothers and Jay Rand and them. But sparring, we would go. Actually, let me just give y'all like a little rundown of how that went. We sparred. It was 3 of us, and we would go 1.5 rounds, but round robin. So, say that it was me. We're just gonna use I'm just gonna use names. Me, Zach, and Nick. Nick's somebody that I train with over there. So me and Zach would go for a minute and a half. Zach would go out. Nick would come in. I'd go with Nick for a minute and a half. I would go out. Zach would come in. Nick would go for a minute and a half. So you're gonna go for 3 minutes, but minute and a half you're gonna switch out a partner. And that was going good. Learning kicks, learning how to check kicks, learning combinations, learning angles, and it's all very interesting. And then, damn, that shit's some cardio, man. That's that sparring, especially going 3 minutes strong, getting a minute and a half break, 3 minutes strong. That shit is some cardio. You will sweat your ass off, especially in that gym. It's a little hot in there, so I mean, but I love it. I love everything about it. And hitting pads, that's fun too. And I've made some good relationships, over there. Holding pads, hitting pads, trying to motivate each other. And not everyone is there to fight. Like some people are just there just to, stay in shape, stay exercising. And so, I mean, it's cool how we just can develop a relationship like that. But whenever I'm hitting pads, I'm working on, my form, my technique, trying to get everything down, trying to throw my hook the right way, trying to go throw my kicks as powerful as I can, stuff like that. Then whenever we spar, we're just going at it, You try not to be too technical, and you're being technical during your training. And then if you're as technical as you should be during your training, it'll go over until whenever you're sparring or whenever you're fighting. I've actually talked to some guys that I fought out of that gym before, and I actually saw him today. His name is Justin, and he's fought 8 or 9 times. He fights out of that gym. I want to say he's 5-4, and he was telling me about his first fight, and he said he took his fight like maybe 3 months whenever he first started training. He's an older guy. I want to say he's like 38 now, 37. Could be wrong, but somewhere around there. And he was going against a brown belt in jiu-jitsu. And if y'all don't know how that works, getting to a black belt that can take years, man. Like 8 years. It can take somebody a long time. And the rankings goes white belt, then you'll go 1 stripe white, 2 stripe white, 3 stripe white. I hope I'm getting this right. I believe I am. My boy Dren, he'll know for sure. Shout out Dren. And then you go blue belt, purple belt, brown belt, black belt. And all that is just hard to get. It took him, he said, told me 2 years to get his blue belt. And but anyways, his first fight, he was going up against a brown belt and starched him, knocked him out in the first round, KO. So he's coming off of an injury. He bull rides as well, and he's coming off of a shoulder injury. But I saw him; he was back in the gym today, and he told me that he knows some guys, or he knows a friend of his that also fights. He fought in Colorado, probably in that regional circuit, and he said that he's very good, and that he'll get him to come and start training with me, working with me, sparring, rolling, jiu-jitsu, Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I'm really looking forward to those days. So probably Monday, Wednesday, Fridays will be the days I hit pads, hit mitts, and Tuesdays and Thursdays I'm hoping will be sparring, rolling days, and then Saturdays as well. Probably do a combination of both of those things. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Whenever he told me that he was going to start coming over here Tuesdays and Thursdays with his friend that's going to help me, I mean, I got really excited. I didn't show it so much there, but I was walking my truck and I thought, dude, fuck yeah, man. Like, this is what I'm waiting for. I'm ready just to go at it. I'm ready to train hard. I'm ready to go with. And like, I'm really looking forward to every time I'll get out of bed, and I need to get up first. But once I'm driving over there, I'm like, damn, I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this practice session. Thursdays, I really look forward to those. We usually do something different. Saturdays, we do some different stuff also. So damn, those days especially, I always look forward to those so much. And I guess you can say I look forward to those practice sessions more than I looked forward to practice sessions in baseball towards the latter end of my career. I wasn't feeling it as much, but now I go to practice. I'm looking forward to it so much. And I just can't wait just to get better, continue to train. And I know that I'm going to struggle a little bit because, I mean, it's tough, This is a tough sport. But I rolled actually for the first time on Thursday with a gi. And my coach, he's actually a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. And we were working, and he subbed me once, armbar from his guard. But it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to just grinding that out. And the gi, if y'all don't know what that is, you can just go search it up. I should have brought it out here maybe to show y'all. But that thing, my gi at least is thick, so it's hot as shit under it. And then especially if you're on the bottom and he's trying to sub you and he's on top of you and he's trying to hold you down. Damn, that shit gets hot, gets tough to breathe. But I mean, you just got to be Justin was telling me this today, and I believe I've said this before, maybe not on the pod, but maybe on Twitter or something. And it's I feel like it goes hand in hand with life and jiu-jitsu. You got to be comfortable in chaos, man. You got to be comfortable in chaos because you're going to be in some chaotic situations in jiu-jitsu, in MMA, and you just got to be comfortable in the chaos, you know? And same thing like it is in life. You got to be comfortable in that. But, yeah, so I'm really looking forward to continue to train. I'm projecting that I'll take my first fight in summer of 2021 or maybe late spring of 2021, like April, May-ish. So I'm really looking forward to that. So I still got about 7 months if I'm doing the math correctly. What are we? October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. Yeah, about 6 to 8 months before I actually take my first fight. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm enjoying that a lot. So I have my schedule pretty much. And yeah, so that's that with the fighting stuff. I'll make sure to keep you guys updated on that. And if you guys have any questions about it, you guys can shoot me a message or ask me to talk about a certain aspect of it. Like if you're interested in getting into it, what do you think? I'm not saying I know it all, but I mean, I would just like to talk to y'all about it and see what you would do. And I'm actually trying to fight at there goes a long play by Kansas State. I'm trying to fight at 155-pound weight class. That's Connor fights at that weight class. Dustin Poirier, Tony Ferguson, Gaethje, Khabib. In fact, Gaethje, Khabib gonna be a good card in a couple weeks. But yeah, so I plan to fight at that weight class. And if you guys don't know how that works, I won't have to constantly walk around at 155. So right now I'm trying to keep my weight under 180. I woke up today 178, which is good, perfect. I've been trying to watch what I eat, watch that I don't eat too much of everything. And so today is actually a day where I'll allow myself to go and get some fast food. So I think Zach and I, either after this or later tonight, going to go get some Wingstop. That's going to be good. But then I try to, early Sunday mornings, I get up and I'll go for about a run. I'll either go 12 minutes, 15 minutes, 18 minutes, and I'll just go and see if I can go further than I did last time whenever I ran for that amount of time, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to keep my weight at about between 176, 178, definitely under 180. So whenever a fight camp comes around, it's about 6 to 8 weeks. I'll diet down and I'll lose, I'll have a goal weight of about 166, 167 for fight week. So hopefully I'll lose about 10 to 12 pounds during fight camp through cardio, through training, through dieting in that 6 to 8 week time frame. And then once fight week comes, there's a way you cut weight, and I haven't gone through that yet. I've read a lot of things about it. I actually talked to Justin about it, but you just cut water weight. So he told me that a 10 to 12 pound water weight cut, safe, and it's relatively easy. I'm sure it's going to be a little tough. You basically dehydrate yourself, and so hopefully I'm about 167, and I can cut to that 155 during fight week or during those 2-3 days before the weigh-ins. And if I go in and I'm 170, I can still cut that 15 pounds. So I mean, that's kind of it. That's where I want to fight at, 155. I would like to come in a little bit bigger than my opponent. So I'm still trying to put on mass, but as well as keep that weight down if that's possible and if that makes sense to you guys. But other than that, I've been doing a lot of different things. I started to read more and not for class. I hate reading for class. I like to read things that are more interesting, that'll help me, not just in MMA, but like in life in general. So I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about this book. What I plan to do later is I'll have, maybe in the next episode, I'll read a little bit of stuff off of this book that I like, that what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. But I'll read like little things off of this book that I've highlighted that I agree with, that I like to apply to my life, and I think that if you apply it to your life, you can just be more successful and you can be more happy. That's just the kind of things. This book's called It's by Bruce Lee, Striking Thoughts, Wisdom for Daily Living. That's it right there. It's a real good book. I definitely enjoy it. I'm on page 109 right now. I'd say I'm about a little bit more than halfway done. It's just he has a lot of things that he talks about: dreams, goodwill, emotion, happiness, the ego, perception. These are all like subtitles. I guess you can say chapters. The mind. He talks about death. Talks about interdependency, the laws, reality. Just the philosophy of Bruce Lee and his wisdom for daily living, striking thoughts. So that's definitely going to be something that I'll be talking about later in these episodes. I'll pick a couple things that I've highlighted. I'll read them out to you, and then I'll kind of say in my own words what that means to me and how I think that can help you guys live a better life. You know, I'm not trying to tell you how to live. I'm just trying to give you options. You know, if you guys are not very happy, you don't think that your life's going as well, maybe these little things can help you. And if I can help one person, that'll be great. That's awesome. I've been slacking on my journaling and meditation. To be honest, I don't think I've done that in too long. Very, very much long. I don't think I've wrote in my journal in 2 weeks, which is not very good. I mean, I've been very happy, but I feel like I still need to journal everything that I've been thinking. And all that good stuff, and I need to meditate just so I can work on my breathing, work on being in the moment at all times. And if you guys have any questions about journaling or reading or meditation, please feel free to ask. Feel free to tell me to elaborate on it more on the podcast. And I'd love to talk about it more and just why I do it and who I got it from and all those things. But I definitely need to become more consistent with it. I'm finding excuses not to do it, so I really need to be more consistent with it. I need to hold myself accountable for it. But we're 38 minutes in. I wanted to just I hope you guys can watch this full episode because I feel like there's a lot of good things that we talked about. I might watch this episode back and just give you like a rundown of what we talked about at this minute, stuff like that. But I just wanted to shoot this episode, get it out there, talk about, like I said, everything I talked about, the sports world, the future of Straight Up and Uncut, my life and how I'm doing here, the new things that I've also been doing, classes, school, and all that good stuff. But I hope that you got this far into the episode, and I'll go ahead and wrap it up here at about the 40-minute mark. But I just want to thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry for the long delay. I'm sorry for that. And I just hope that, like I said, you get this deep into the episode and that we can continue to put out these episodes for you guys. And let me know what you think about this episode. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoy it. Leave a comment if you want me to talk about anything in particular. You can always shoot me a message on Twitter at @iTrevino_ or _iTrevino, one of the two. Also on Twitter at Straight Up Uncut. Leave us a follow there. Message us there. And so I'll definitely see you guys again next week. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. And we're out. Deuces. Thank you.